What about Kurt Angle? He's been he's been very influential in your career.
Absolutely.
Speak on Kurt Angle in terms of influencing your career from the beginning, and answer the question as to how would have Kurt done in the UFC had he crossed over a decade plus ago.
I think Kurt would have been amazing, and Kurt proved himself. I always looked up to Kurt, and I looked up to Kurt way before WWE. I looked up to Kurt when I was in high school, and I was watching him win. Because I remember I had on this tape of Kurt getting ready to wrestle in the finals of college NCAA's, and they did a whole story leading up on the guy that he was going against. And then Kurt went out there and beat him. Kurt was a machine. And then afterwards he went to the Olympic Training Center. And arguably, it wasn't even so much for everybody else. They say Kurt was an Olympic champion, so they talk about how great it was that he won the Olympics. For me, his bracket
with a broken neck.
With a broken neck. But his bracket in the United States was probably as tough as the Olympics. Man, he had some of the top wrestlers in the entire country going in there. And Kurt beat all those guys. Kurt's a machine. So if Kurt would have went on and fought, I think Kurt would have did great.
Now we're seeing a lot of crossover, obviously, between professional wrestlers, between mixed martial artists into the sport of professional wrestling, a lot of which is coming through Bellator. Speak on that and your opinion as to why this is happening.
I think it's happening because the fighting I think right now guys are looking for a different way. Because right now, in the fighting world, it's one of those things where all the promoters want to say, oh, we're here for the fighters. They're not. The fighters are there for the fighters. And that's all that matters. And sometimes when you sign a contract with one of these companies, they own you. And when they own you, they can do what they want with you, and they can pay you what they want. They don't look at the fighter's best interest. There's a few people that actually get catered to, and then everybody else is just trying to find their way. And with that being said, they're training all the time. They're getting ready for fights. They want to be able to support their families, support themselves with it. And right now, they're not able to do it. So these guys are looking for alternate sources of income. And if you're looking at the only income source that you have is fighting, and you're not making that much, then you're looking at working another job over here, or you're doing all kinds of different things. I think professional wrestling is still in the same line of what we're doing. It's still combat sports, and it's still sports entertainment. So I think that's what's bringing these guys over.